guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather and I'm a holistic health and life coach. And I help women get past their trauma without ever having to relive any of the painful experiences that they may have gone through so that they can feel secure within themselves and in the world. And how I do that is I kind of meet my clients where they are. I see basically what I've learned in my own healing experience and transformation is that what's the most important thing is not what the experiences were, how they unfolded, so i.e. the painful experience that you had, but what's important is and what we need to look at to shift in order for you to start to actually heal and move forward is by looking at how these experiences impacted your life. So that can be your emotional triggers, your daily habits, your daily activities, your thought processes, things like this. This is how you were impacted by your past painful experiences. So in order for us to get out of the past, out of these old experiences controlling us and kind of being on top of us, kind of weighing us down, we need to figure out how we were impacted so we can start making slow shifts there. Because if we start changing what we do on a day-to-day basis, how we think, how we act, what we do, we start to end up changing how we feel and how we are. We start to change our state of being and we start to create a new reality. So basically, if you had past painful experiences and you feel triggered or you feel like you relive these past painful experiences over and over again, more than likely what has happened is you've created your day-to-day life, your day-to-day lifestyle in alignment with what has happened. So basically you've created your daily habits, your daily activities, and your daily routines based on the fear and the worry of the anxiety of the past. So we have depression and so depression is where we live in the past and we kind of we have this fear of the past repeating itself. So we have these fears and these worries and this anxiety that the future is going to equal our past. And unfortunately, when we live in this fear and in this worry, we create emotional triggers and we create habits, routines, and rituals throughout our day. And thoughts are huge, the way that we think. So generally speaking, we think the same things over and over again. So when we're driving, when we're at work, we're thinking about what can go wrong. How is this going to hurt me in the future? Am I going to get in a wreck? Am I going to get fired? Just all of these things like thoughts and fears and worries and anxieties that I was saying, like we just think these things because of our past painful experiences. So I help my clients get out of this habitual resistance to change because of this fear and this worry to change because of all the painful experiences from before by meeting them where they are. And today I wanted to give you guys a tool that really helped me when I was starting my healing journey. It really helped me stop focusing on my past and also I stopped beating myself up because I felt like I wanted to do all these things in my day and the day would just kind of go by and I wouldn't get any of it done. So this was something that I started to use for myself and now I teach my clients how to do it and they are just kind of blown away. They realize how much time they have in the day. They realize they can get their priorities in a day and they realize that they can shift. They realize where they were. They realized what they were focused on, what they did during the day. They realized how that was holding them back and actually like putting a weight on them and making the potential for the past experience to be recreated because of the way that we thought and the way that we acted and the way we behave. And we created this state of being, which turned into our personality. So this creates the toxic cycles that we find ourselves living in. But this is a great exercise that has helped me and my clients start the process of getting out of these habitual cycles and rituals. And we create a lot more space for the things that we really want to be doing in our lives, the things that are most important to us. And what happens is when we start to focus more on the things that are important to us instead of the things that we kind of just unintentionally set up in our day, whether that's relaxing too much, we kind of just end up sitting on our phone or sitting at the TV for way longer than we want to. And then by the end of the day, we're like beating ourselves up because we feel like we weren't productive or we have no energy, we feel like crap, all of the things. So basically, this tool that I'm about to share with you just kind of helps you become more aware of how you're spending your time and more aware of what's important to you and how you can start to incorporate the things that are important to you into your day, into your daily schedule, so that you can start to shift what you're spending your time on. And what that's going to do for you is that's going to shift the way that you think. You're going to have less emotional triggers because you're going to be less tied up in social media and on TV where potentially something bad is shown to you and you're reminded of your own past experiences, and then you're caught up in your own emotional turmoil, and then you're reliving your past experiences over and over again. And that's the energy that you're living in. That's the energy you're putting out into the world. But basically, when you use this tool to understand your priorities and start to add your priorities into your daily life, what will happen is you're going to experience more joy, you're going to experience more gratitude, and you're going to experience more higher emotions. You're going to feel more content in your day-to-day life. And at the end of the day, you're not going to find yourself beating yourself up, or in the middle of the day, or however often you're beating yourself up. You're going to find yourself feeling more proud of yourself. You're going to have more energy. So before, you were down here feeling all the low emotion, you were having like a really jagged energy field, but over here you're going to create higher emotions. You're going to have more energy, and you're going to have a more like wave. It's going to be like a more smooth wave energy that you are centered in and that you're putting out into the world. So all together, you're just going to be feeling better. You're going to be, because before you were kind of down here digging yourself into this really harsh hole of low emotions and worry and anxiety and fears. But when you're over here doing the things that you love, the things that are important to you, you feel more fulfilled, you feel more accomplished, you feel more content in your life, you feel more confident, you feel joyful, you feel peace. So this tool that I'm going to share with you guys today is just my way that I do it for myself and how I've been teaching my clients, and it just really opens their eyes to how much time they actually have during the day. And then it just is a slower process to start incorporating the things that are important to them to break up their day so they're not overworking or over relaxing or whatever it may be. Some people have ended up being workaholics. I was a workaholic, but before I was a workaholic, but before I started working from home and immediately dived into being a workaholic at home. So because I worked from home, I was working from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, and I was burning myself out. But before that, and I had a 9-to-5 job, even though I was a business owner, I would go to work from 9 to 5, come home, and I would do nothing but relax. And then I would have absolutely no energy. I would dread the next day. So I've been both. I've relaxed, I've over-relaxed, and I've overworked myself. So this is perfect for either one. If you're an overworker or an over-relaxer, this is perfect for you, because this is going to help you really see what your timeline is during the day and how you want to be spending it. And then it's also going to teach you what's your priorities and what is important to you, so that you can kind of just audit where you already are, and then just kind of see, well, where can I replace this work time with what's important to me? Or where can I replace this relaxation time with what's important to me? So I can get out of my habit, because the only way your life changes is if you do. If something that you do, the only way that your life is going to change is if you change something about you. And I'm a firm believer that it has to start with your thoughts. So you have to start creating new things that you're doing during your day to produce new thoughts. The thoughts are going to lead to your emotions. Your emotions are going to lead to the energy that you have surrounded yourself and putting out into the world. Okay, so right now you're going to kind of just look at your day. So what I suggest is pulling out a piece of paper, and eventually I'm thinking about making a PDF to attach to this video. But regardless, you can do this on a piece of paper, and I'm going to just kind of teach you so you can follow along. So basically what you're going to do is if you work on the days, so you're going to take a piece of paper and split it down the middle. So on the days that you work, you're going to have in one column, and on the days that you're off, you're going to have in another column. And basically what you can do is what I've been doing for my clients is I kind of just ask them, what do you do during your day? So then we just start to break it down through time. So they wake up at 9 a.m., let's say that, and then they get ready and then they go to work. And then they come back from work and then they relax, they eat dinner, relax, go to bed. So those relaxation periods are, so let's say they get home from work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're relaxing from 4 to 6, and then at 6 they're eating dinner, and then from 6 to 10 at night, they're relaxing. So that's 6 hours of your day spent just sitting around watching TV, doing really nothing, but potentially getting you to a point where you're feeling bad about yourself, or you're beating yourself up, or you're like I said, you get trapped in a social media hole, or a Netflix binge, or whatever kind of TV binge, and you're watching these. You potentially are watching these violent or sad things that are happening, and that's bringing you back to your sad, painful memories. So your body's experiencing these chemicals, it's producing this energy. So we're staying in this state of pain and trauma and turmoil, fear, anxiety, and worry. So then when we get into our car the next day, or when we go to work, we're worried about all the bad things that are going to happen to us. So basically, and then you can do the same thing for your days off. And if you're like this on the days that you work and you're over relaxing, chances are good that on your day off, you're doing nothing. And it goes from 6 hours on your days that you work to relaxing to 12 hours of relaxing in between meals on your days off. So basically, now what you're going to do, you see where you are currently. And like I said, if you're a workaholic, your day could look like you wake up, you start work, and then it's 7:30 and you're still working. So I've had both schedules where I was just over relaxing or overworking. So whatever you're at, you're not wrong. This is just where you are. So we're going to meet you where you're at here. And how we're going to fix this is you're going to want to get a separate piece of paper and write out your top 5 priorities. Okay, so we've got our top 5 priorities. So I'm going to use mine as an example. So mine is my connection to source energy, is number 1. My second priority is my daughter and my animals, so my children. And then my third priority is my mission, or my work, my career. And then my fourth priority is my own self-care. My fifth priority is community and volunteer work. Okay, so these are the 5 things that are important to me. And then basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to leave some space in between, and you're going to do subcategories for each of them. So for my connection to source energy, what I need to do to make this a priority, so we're going to make these sub priorities, okay? So in this one main priority, there's sub priorities. So my sub priorities that help me connect to source energy are meditation, yoga, prayer, gratitude, and faith. So I need to work on my faith. I need to work on my gratitude. I have a gratitude practice. I pray multiple times a day from the minute I wake up, whenever I feel like I need to in the day. And I don't just pray for something bad. I incorporate pray, or like when something bad is happening, I pray when I feel grateful too. So I consider my gratitude to be prayer. And I also consider my meditation to be prayer. So when I'm meditating, connecting to my body, that is a form of prayer, in my opinion. So I'm connecting to my body, but I'm not only connecting to my body, I'm connecting to the innate wisdom that I have in me. So we got subcategories of priorities. So basically, and then you can do that with so I did that for number 2, my daughter and my animals. So what's important to me about my daughters and my daughter and my animals? So I want to make sure that they're clean, they have good hygiene. Both of them, all of my children, they need to be clean, they have good hygiene. Their nutrition, they're being fed all throughout the day. They're not hungry, they're not going hungry. They're getting education or playtime. So I'm making sure that they're getting playtime, they're getting their education, and I'm making sure that they get love. So the energy that I want around my children and my animals are love. So, and you can just keep going. So like for my mission or my work, I have to create things. I have to create content. I have to create courses. I have to create programs. I have to create whatever is for my mission that's going to benefit my mission. And then I need to serve. How can I serve others? How can I be there for others? And just so forth, so forth. I need to dedicate and I need to trust. I just need to trust that what I'm doing is from my heart and that I'm doing it with purpose. And so we're all good on all ends. Okay, so then, so basically you're going to do your 5 priorities and then you're going to do sub-priorities. So now you've got your 5 priorities, your top 5 priorities and your subcategory priorities. So you know what's super important for you. So basically what I did next is I started to ask myself, how do I want my day to look? Okay, so I know how my day currently looks, whether I'm workaholic or relaxaholic. So we know how our day currently looks, but how do I want it to look? How can I plug in my priorities into my day to make myself feel accomplished, feel productive, feel happy, joyful, confident, all the good emotions? How can I create every single day to have these emotions? And just because you have a game plan to do this doesn't mean you're never going to feel stressed or worried again. But I'm telling you that it drops it decreases it significantly. And the more that you get in tune with your schedule and the more that you're spending time on the things that matter the most to you and that are important to you, and you create this energy on a regular basis, when stress and fear and anxiety comes up, it's very temporary. You are strong enough, you have the energy and you have the confidence and the certainty and the trust in your day, and it won't shake you. Like, it'll show up, you'll be like, okay, I'm feeling this. I understand that this is a thing, it's happening. You might want to look into it a little bit, but other than that, you're going to be strong enough the more you practice having this daily schedule and spending more time concentrating on being in higher energy, having a higher vibe with gratitude and confidence and accomplishment. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be mentally and physically stronger than you were before, when stress and fear and anxiety came creeping in and you hadn't been working on your mind, you hadn't been working on your body, you hadn't been working on the things that matter to you, you hadn't been taking care of yourself, all of these things. So basically, I have my daily schedule, like my ideal daily schedule, and I don't let it get to a point where I am I don't get it to a point, like if I'm not doing the things at this exact time, I'm doing it wrong, or I'm a bad person, or whatever the case may be. So we don't want to get to a place where you are setting times for yourself and you're getting to a point where you're beating yourself up if you're not on time. Like, so if you want to wake up at a certain time and you didn't wake up at a certain time, don't let it get to the point where, I said I want to wake up at this time, but I didn't, so my whole day is ruined. So it's really just a foundation. So when we use the times as our foundation, it's like a start place. And then we just keep kind of molding it and getting to a place where we can actually accomplish it and do it. And it just takes time and practice and avoiding beating ourselves up when we're not perfect, because this is not trying to be perfect. This is just, like I said, building a foundation and building a structure so that you don't overwork or over relax. So basically what I've decided for myself, and this can be completely different for you, you don't have to do this at all. This is just my structure, just to give you an example, okay? So my ideal daily schedule looks like this. So I want to wake up around 4:45 in the morning. Yes, I know that's early, and you don't have to do this. Like I said, this is just for me. So I want to wake up, and I want to wake up with gratitude. I want to start my day off with fresh feelings, high energy. So I want to wake up thankful that I woke up for the day, thankful for being able to brush my teeth, having water, having electricity. I just want to get up, get ready, be grateful for all my clothes. I just want to start off the day in a high vibe energy. And then once I get dressed and ready, and I've done some of my self-care, my hygiene, I go outside into my office where I'm at here, and I do my morning ritual. So I want to be out here around 5, and I start my yoga. So I do yoga for about 20 minutes. I do deep stretches and deep breathing. And then I want to work out for like 10 to 20 minutes, whether that's hula hooping, I want to get a trampoline, so like I can jump on my trampoline. I can do literally whatever kind of workout that I want to do. I don't have like a specific thing, as long as I'm moving my body and I'm feeling good. I don't necessarily feel like I have to sweat or do anything. I'm not trying to do like intense workouts. I just want to move my body so that I feel good. I'm stretched out, and I've kind of just woke myself up pretty, decently before I start my meditation, because if I start my meditation and I'm still asleep, then I'm going to fall asleep during my meditation. So I got to wake up my body by moving it, working out, stretching it out. And then, like I said, I move into my meditation. I do some breath work, chanting, and then I do like a silent or a visualization meditation. Like I said, this is just me. This is just examples. These are important to me. These help me connect to my source energy. This helps me stay connected to my spirituality. This is my self-care. My workout is my self-care, and connecting to a higher power is part of my self-care. So I'm just showing you how I incorporate my priorities into my day right now. And so this is going to look totally different for you. So you've just got to figure out what your priorities are, the subcategory priorities, and then you just got to start plugging them into your day. When do you want to wake up? What do you want to do when you wake up? What do you want to do before breakfast, or do you want to have breakfast and then do something? So after I do my yoga, my workout, my meditation, I do my gratitude practice. So I do a little bit of journaling. I can journal about my dreams. I can journal about what's on my mind. And then I start to journal about what I'm grateful for, everything that I'm grateful for. I just always start my days off that way. Because like I said, it just puts me into this high energy vibe. It sets the day, it sets the tone of the day. And that also helps me when things start to go wrong during the day, because that's life, things happen. So when things start to go wrong, I'm able to just kind of look at what I'm grateful for instead. Instead of focusing on whatever is going wrong and why I'm upset about it, I'm going to be thankful for something else instead. I've just trained my brain to look at the brighter side of things. So I don't get into this hole of, oh, something's going to go wrong and what else can go wrong. I'm just like, something's right about this. There's something good that came from this, and I will not stop looking until I find the good that came from this. And that's just when you use a gratitude practice, that's just kind of how you train your brain. And over time, that's just how you think. And then after I do my gratitude practice, I've still got a couple hours before my daughter wakes up. So I take clients, or I do work. I plan my content, or if I've got schoolwork to do, I'll do my schoolwork until she wakes up about 9. Then we have breakfast. I clean my kitchen, and so that the house is nice and clean. And then we sit down and we do education work together. We sit and play, and we do educational work together. She can play. She's only 2, so she does whatever. I've got like a little education box full of stuff that she loves to pull out and play with. So we just do numbers, colors, letters, shapes, stuff like that. Pretty basic stuff. And we do that for like an hour, hour and a half. And then I make lunch. And because see, her education and her playtime is very important to me. But before I had this structure in place, I would spend way too much time on my phone, and then I'd feel like a crappy parent because I didn't spend any time with her. Thankfully, she was pretty little and she wasn't doing anything. But now that she's getting older and bigger, like, she wants to be more interactive. So I don't want to be consumed in my phone or on my TV. I want to be able to be more interactive. I want to be an involved parent. So that's a priority of mine. So now I have scheduled time to do that. So we have time to do that, and I feel good. And like I said, it doesn't always work out this way. I don't always get to do that in the mornings. So it might end up being in the evening, but I know that when I have this like pinned in my house, these are the things that are important to me. How can I squeeze them in if I didn't have time to do them at some point? How can I make them work? Does that make sense? So I hope you're following me, and I'm hoping that this makes sense. And I'm hoping you see like how much crap we can actually get done in one day. And then so after I play with Shylin, so we do the schoolwork, and then I make us lunch, and then I put her down for a nap. And while she naps, I do more work. I take more clients, or do schoolwork. And then when she wakes up, we play some more, and then I make dinner. And then after dinner, guess what? I have a couple of hours to do whatever I freaking want. I call it my fuck off time. Excuse my language, but that's what I call it. Like, I can watch TV if I want. I can sit on social media if I want. She can play. She can watch TV. We have no rules from 5:30 to 7:30. These are our 2 hours free time. Literally, we get to do whatever we want. So you can even squeeze in this whatever you want time. It's not about never getting to relax again or not getting to work. You just schedule your relaxation in at a time that's at a time that's convenient for you. And what I found is I am relaxing still when I'm doing a lot of this. When I'm doing my yoga, my workout, and my meditation, I am relaxing, but in a healthy way. So you're still going to have a lot of relaxed time. And then I also have a night ritual. We have power down hours. So my daughter has a power down hour that starts at 7:30. We get ready for bed. We brush teeth. We drink milk. Whatever she wants to do, whatever she needs to do, we read books. And then she goes to bed. And then when she goes to bed, my power down hour starts. And I start to do my night rituals. I can do my manifesting. I can think about the day and what I was grateful for. I can pray. I can do whatever I need to do to help me settle down. I can read my books. I can do anything that I want to do. I can journal to help me kind of just wind down and settle in for my day, from my day, so I can go to sleep and get good quality sleep, because I want to be asleep by 9:30 p.m. so I can wake up really early to start my ideal schedule. So basically, this is how I created my ideal daily schedule. And I just did it from figuring out what my current day looked like right now. How did that make me feel? Do I really want my day to look like this, whether it's workaholic or relaxaholic? And then I figured out what my priorities were. And then so your priorities, you've got the top 5 priorities. All right, so how do you honor your priorities? So there's going to be subcategories in each priority to help you make sure that, like I said, if you've got a kid, their hygiene, their nutrition, their education, their play, and your ability to help them feel loved, these are the things that you want to do around that. So I incorporate playtime with Shylin, education with Shylin, and then when I make her food, so like we eat together. We eat at the same time. We both eat breakfast. We both eat lunch. We both eat dinner. We eat the same healthy meals together. This is how I incorporate my love and all the things that are important around my daughter during my day. The same for my connection to a higher power. I have things that are important to me, my meditation, yoga, prayer, gratitude, and faith. I wrap it all throughout my day. And then the same for my self-care, which is my working out, my own education. So I've got my school, I've got, on days that it's nice, adventure is important to me, so we can go out, do things, go have fun. You can fit it all in. There is more time than you realize, but when you're stuck on your phone and when you're stuck in the TV, time flies. Time slips away, and it's really easy to go in and beat yourself up afterwards. So that's why this tool was so helpful for me. It's so helpful for my clients, and that's why I wanted to make this training today for you guys, so it would hopefully help you see, just open your eyes to see just how much time you actually have and how easy it can be to find your priorities and to kind of plug in what's important to you during your day, so that you can have days where you feel, so you can spend every day hopefully feeling confident, feeling content with your life, feeling accomplished, and feeling productive, feeling like you are living your life to the fullest, and you feel like you are fulfilled in life because everything that's important to you, you're making time for it, and time is not just slipping away anymore, and it's all in your control. You are in control, and I think that was another thing that I loved, and I think my clients love. They love knowing that they're in control of their lives and how easy it can be to put the control back in their hands with this tool, so that they can, and it's something that you will shift over time. I've made this over and over again. I did this today, and this is probably the 5th or 4th time that I've made this. It will always shift. It will always evolve. So just start. Don't wait for you to be able to do something perfect. Just start where you are and slowly shift it. And like I said, with time, it'll evolve. So I hope this tool was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.